What's going on, guys? Welcome to Amigoscode, and in this video I want to walk you through the best-selling course on my website, and that is full stack web development with Spring Boot, React, Maven, AWS, Docker, CI/CD with GitHub Actions, testing, and pretty much everything that you need in order to become a professional software engineer. So this course is the one that most people buy, and the reason is it gives you all the necessary skills in order for you to start building your applications by making you understand the overall process from taking an application from the ground up, then the process of using build tools to package up the application, then taking the application, packaging up with Docker, so you have a Docker image, and then from that Docker image, then you can go and deploy the application. So we're going to be using Maven and Jib to package up the application and then have the image stored in the Docker Hub registry. Then we're going to write a Docker Compose YAML and then feed that into AWS. And then also we're going to configure a database inside AWS so that the application talks to a real database. We'll have a load balancer where the application can horizontally scale. And yeah, so it's going to be really fun. And the best thing is, for the deployment process, we're going to automate everything. Like literally, we're going to use GitHub Actions. And for example, when you create a pull request, we'll run the CI, so continuous integration build or workflow. So that will check whether you haven't broken anything. So we'll check whether the code can compile and whether the tests run, so on and so forth, right? And then we have the CD, so the continuous delivery workflow or pipeline that will take the application, run through a series of steps, and then deploy it to Amazon, so AWS. So we're going to basically just sit down and watch the application being deployed by running these pipelines, and we don't have to do anything. So that's the cool thing, right? So as a software engineer, we want to automate as much as possible. So this course is packed with awesome content, and I'm gonna leave a coupon code where you can get 30% off. Yes, 30% off for this course. And yeah, so this course will give you everything you need in order to become a professional software engineer if you're not. Whether you are going for interviews, then this course will give you all the skills that you can talk and impress. And in fact, Thiago from Mozambique, he recently managed to secure his job from Mozambique all the way to Lisbon, right? Also, Gabriela from Brazil, she managed to secure a job by taking this course. And also Sorin from Romania, he managed to secure his internship. So it was a struggle for Sorin, but I'm super happy that he got it because I've helped him so much in terms of give him tips, and yeah, he deserves it. So you do also have what it takes, and if Sorin, Thiago, and Gabriele can do it, and many other students of mine already secured jobs, if they can do it, you also can do it. Because right now, during this pandemic, right, everybody's working from home, and being in IT and technology, it's such a rewarding career right now. And I'm here to give you everything you need in order to succeed. And as you see with my courses, I'm not teaching you hello world projects or anything like that, right? Everything that I teach is stuff that I actually do on a day-to-day basis, right? And I try to make things as easy as possible so that when you see it, you will immediately understand. So that's the goal with Amigoscode. So enough of me talking. Comment down below and let me know whether you've done anything like that. So, pipelines with GitHub Actions, automation with Maven, Docker, Jib, Spring Boot, React, and all of those technologies. So let me know whether you have experience by using those technologies. Also, subscribe to my channel, so it means a lot, so I can keep on bringing you these courses. Next, let me give you a sneak peek of this course. Right, let me go ahead and give you the preview and how the architecture and how everything works. And also I'm going to implement a change, and then you'll see that when I push to the main branch, the application will be deployed to Amazon Elastic Beanstalk without me having to do anything. That's the cool thing, right? So in here, let me actually show you the application that we are building, right? So here you can see that this is a really good looking application. So this is written in React and the backend is Spring Boot, right? So the idea is this is actually a student management system. So basically I can go and add a new student. So here, let's just say Ali, and then Ali and then gmail.com, and Ali is male, for example. Submit, and you can see that we have this nice notification, and then Ali is actually added. And also I think John was added as well while I did this, so someone must be using the application as well. And also, if you want to play around with the application, you can just, I'm going to give you the link, will be in the description of this video, so you can just access and see for yourself, right? So you saw that we had the night modal, and also I can go and say delete. We have this pop-up, I can say yes, and then that deletes, and also we get notification, right? So let me just show you. So, and also you can see that this toggles, which is kind of cool, but let me show you first the overall architecture. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. So let me just go back in here. I meant to do this. So this is what you're going to learn, right? So here, the overall process of building an application from start to finish is as follows, right? So you have your front end, your back end, and then in here, what we're going to do is actually connect to a real database running on Docker, so Postgres on Docker. And then we're going to take this application, so both the front end and the back end, and then we're going to bundle into a single jar. Now, having a jar on itself allows us to deploy the jar into an application, but that's really old fashioned. You shouldn't really be deploying jars on its own. So we're going to be using Maven for our build process, and you'll see how Maven is really convenient. But also we have this library right here called Jib, which allows us to containerize Java applications. So this is it's going to be using a Maven plugin. So Jib and Maven, and then that allows us to build local Docker images that we can test locally, but also we can push to a Docker registry. So in our case, we're going to push to Docker Hub. Then we're going to have a Docker Compose file. So Docker Compose, if you are familiar with Docker, then Docker Compose should be really straightforward. And then we're going to take that and then upload to Elastic Beanstalk. And then we'll get all of this for free. So a load balancer where the users, so basically your clients, right? So any user really can perform HTTP requests against your application, and that will go through the load balancer. And then the load balancer is responsible to forward requests to any available instance inside of the autoscaling group, right? And then we'll have a database, so RDS instance. And also I'm going to show you how to configure security groups, right? Because that allows us to, like anywhere from the internet, we can basically say, right, so allow traffic from my only IP address. Excuse me. So allow traffic only from my IP address, right? So that way you can basically connect to your database for testing purposes, right? So here you are actually, learning a bunch of cool things. Now, the most interesting thing here is, so right here, so we have basically CI and CD pipeline. So we cover all of this as well. And we're going to be using GitHub Actions. So we'll have two workflows. So one for running when we raise pull requests, and this is running on Ubuntu. So basically at this point, we just want to make sure that the code compiles and the tests run, and then we are good to merge. If we are good to merge, as soon as we merge to the main branch or master branch, then we trigger the deploy workflow where we send a Slack notification, and you'll see this in a second. This is really cool, where it says CI CD ongoing. We check out the code into that runner or that VM. We set up Java, generate a build number, Docker login. So we're going to be using secrets within GitHub Action, or actually within GitHub, so that Actions can use it. And then we say Maven clean package and build the image. Excuse me. And then we'll take the Docker image and we'll push it to Docker Hub, right? And then what we're going to do is actually have a step. So this is a step that will actually commit to our repository by performing a sed, so search and replace operation on the Docker Compose, and then send a notification as well to Slack or message, and then use the deploy to AWS step. So this is actually deploying the application to AWS. And then here we deploy, and then we have a new action as well, which sends a message, and then we get the application, or actually the new version of the application. So this is really cool. So what I want to do with you is, let me go and actually implement a really small feature, and you'll see how this works. So in here, let me just see whether, so right, so this is a link. So let me actually open up basically IntelliJ in here. And by the way, if you want to follow along, you are more than welcome, right? So you can just check out the code and you can follow along. So I'm not going to go too much in detail, but basically you can see that we have .github and then .github, sorry, and then workflows, build and deploy, and these are the actual workflows. So this is for CI, this is for CD, so continuous delivery or deployment, and we have the front end in here, and then we have the back end in here, right? So what I have is, so I do have the, so if I open up the terminal, if I say docker ps, and actually the database is not up and running, so let me just say docker and then run. And what do I want? So I first, so actually, so let me just say network. So I need a network. So I need to create a network. So I'm just, I think it's create. So I have somewhere on my search history. So let me just say create and then DB, right? So right, so this already exists, which is good, right? So this is so that, so if I show you here, so this is for this scenario, right? So this is where we have the, basically the Docker image or the container running on Docker, so Postgres running on Docker. And then we want to basically have a volume and then have a network and then have PSQL on Docker as well, so that we can connect to it. So what I'm going to do actually is, so let me open up iTerm quickly. So iTerm, so let's see, iTerm, let's just come to this other side. And if I put you full screen, and let me clear that. So let's do everything from this terminal. So if you want to learn more about terminal, go ahead and check my course on terminal. But basically in here, I'm going to say Docker and then run. And basically we want to run the database. And actually, let me just cd into, I think it's / and then I think was, there's a folder. So if I say data, so ls, so this is where we're going to mount the container so that we don't lose the data, right? So with Docker, so the container can die and basically you lose the data, right? But what we want to do is to mount a volume, right? So I'm going to say Docker and then run. And here I'm just using the search history, and you can see basically this is the port, and then I'm mounting, so pwd, and then this is the path inside of the container, and then I'm also passing the password and the actual image, right? So if I press enter and let me say Docker ps-a, so I think, yeah, so it's actually here, and let's actually just start this container. So Docker and then start, and I can say db, and there we go. So it's up and running. So Docker ps, and you can see that up 3 seconds ago. Now let's go ahead and actually oops, where's IntelliJ? So many windows. So where is IntelliJ? Yeah, there we go, IntelliJ. So here let's just start the backend, and let me just check out main, so the main branch. So check out main, and in here let me just pull the latest changes. There we go. And what I'm going to do here is the following. So I'm just going to start the backend first. So this should connect to our local Postgres database, and you'll see in a second. So this should just work, and there we go, up and running. Now let me open up, oh, actually let me go back here to the terminal, and let me open up a new shell. And here I'm going to say cd into desktop, and then into demo, and then I think it's src frontend, and here I'm going to say npm start. This should start the backend. So I'm going to say allow here, and this is actually on this other window, so give it a second. And I don't know what was that. So here, let me just put it right here, and you can see that we have no data, right? So we can go in and add someone. So here, let me just add hello at Amigoscode, or basically that's the email. So let me just say hello here, and then the email, and we also have like validation and all of that stuff working. So you can see that works. And I can go and delete, right? So in here, if I click on edit, this doesn't do anything. So what I want to do here, when someone clicks on this button right here, we want to say to do, and then basically this is part of the exercise, by the way. So here, let me go back to IntelliJ, and let's actually implement this quickly. So here I'm going to say inside of, I think it's inside of, I think it's app.js, and inside in here we have, so we have, where's the form? So let's have a look. So let me search for edit, and there we go. And here I'm going to say on, so on click, so on click equals to a function, and this function is going to say alert, so alert, not alert, and I'm going to say to do implement edit student. Save this. Now if I go back, and it's not this tab, so many windows, so just bear with me. So this is the window, and in here if I click edit, you can see that we have to do and then implement edit student, right? So you can see that, so this is the live application running, so this one, and it doesn't, if I click on it, it doesn't do anything, right? So now let's take these changes and then basically let's commit. So I'm going to say git and then status or let's just do through the terminal here so you see everything. So let me just stop. I'm going to stop it, git, and then status, git, and then add, dot, and then commit. So added, and then alert to edit student, and then button. There we go. And now from here, I'm not going to raise a pull request just for the sake of this video, but let's just commit straight to main branch. So git and then push. Now what I want you to see is, so that's gone. And now, so here, check this out. So you see the commit is there, but now let me go to actions and let me put this on the side, and let's just click on it. And you should see that this is actually now trying to deploy the application. So basically, this is the application running live on the lower side, but now this is the CD part, right? So we're trying to deploy the application. So we've pushed to master, and now we're trying to deploy the application. So this is starting a Postgres instance that we can use. And there we go. So have a look. We got message. So this is really cool, right? So in here, 1140 CI CD ongoing. And so now it's actually, what is it doing? Right. So it's running Maven clean package and push to Docker Hub. So this will take a second. So it's downloading all the dependencies and using Frontend Maven plugin. So this is really cool stuff. And just give it a second. And basically what it's doing is, so if I show you here, so at the moment it's actually packaging up the application into a jar, and then what it will do, it will use zip to push the image to Docker Hub. So basically right now it's doing this, right? So check out the code, set up Java, generate the build number, Docker login. So it's done this, and now it will run clean package, and this will run the tests, so UI tests and backend tests, and then push to Docker Hub. So let me just go back. So you can see that creating an optimized production build, which is nice. So it's running React scripts and then build. So I love this stuff so much. It's really, really interesting. And also this should commit to the application in a second, but you'll see. So far, so good. And here, if I reload the application, and then if I click on edit, you see that nothing happens, right? And it's running the tests. There we go. So all passed. And now it's pushing to Docker Hub. So using credentials. So we added a secret there. And there we go. Have a look. A new message. And another one. So this is quick. Deployment started. So here, check. Push to Docker Hub, Amigoscode, and this is the actual link. And then here, deployment started. So what it's doing is this part right now, pushing to Elastic Beanstalk. So this usually takes 2 minutes or so, or actually less than that. So now it's actually waiting. And I'm in the EU West 1 region. And there we go. So you can see that it says, so basically the last message is, there we go, ta-da. So it's like a nice emoji here, and basically it says that everything was fine. So this should come green in a second. So let's see why. So let me just put full screen in here. Whoops. And I didn't mean to do that. Let me just put that on the lower corner. I need to learn all the keyboard shortcuts for that. But basically, so on this window here, you can see that now it's green, right? So this is really, really cool. So that's green, and you can see all the steps. And basically, if I go to this section here, so code, you can see that we have a commit. So GitHub Actions did commit the version. So this is all automation. And let me click on that. And you can see that we added this commit. So added alert to edit button student or student button. And then GitHub Actions committed a new version. So here, have a look. So this is the new version. We didn't do anything. And this is the Docker Compose that the step takes and deploy to Elastic Beanstalk. Now, before remember, so in here, so if I put this on the side, and then let me actually put this full screen. So before remember, so if I click on edit, so this is the actual application running on Elastic Beanstalk. So if I click on edit, nothing happens, right? But now watch, I'm going to refresh the page, Command R, and then edit. Ta-da! You can see that it worked. So this is beautiful stuff. So it deployed the application, and you can see that was amazing, right? So I love this stuff. So yeah, so this is pretty much the overview for the course. So as you can see that there is so much to learn and to cover, and the course is packed with awesome content. And as I said, there is a 30% off. So go ahead and click on the link down below to access the course. But this is the course that is being selling the most on my website. It's the most popular course, and people have benefited from this course. So this is, taking application from the ground up and then learning everything that you need in order to build applications and deploy applications, as you saw, right? Everything is automated, which is really, really good. So I'm going to leave the link on the description of this video so you can go and check for yourself. Also the repo. And yeah, if you haven't joined the private Facebook group, go ahead and join. The community is growing, over 20,000 people. Discord as well. Comment down below and let me know what you thought about this video. Comment down below and let me know what you thought about this video. And also, excuse me, I wasn't talking directly into the mic. But also, if there is anything that you want me to record, or any video or anything that you'd like me to build, please do let me know, right? Yeah, so one last thing that I actually almost forgot is that for this application, so in here, so you saw that, so this is the running one. So you saw that this doesn't do much, right? So currently we just, it's not that one. Let me just refresh this one. So here, edit, you can see that we have a to-do. So this is a simple feature that I've done here, but it doesn't do anything, right? So what I want you to do is to chip in, right? So chip in and let's together build a fully fledged system, right? Where we can manage, students, maybe teachers can add assignments, and basically let's take together this to the next level. Maybe add like Zoom meetings using the Zoom API, and the ideas are enormous, right? So what I want to do is, so in here, let me just go to GitHub, and again, so many links. Let me just close this, and here let me put this full screen. So here, so in this repo, I'm going to go to projects, and then I'm going to create a project. So here, Amigoscode, and then project. Or let me just say Amigoscode community. And then the template, I'm going to say, for now, let's just say, let's choose automated Kanban, create project, and there we go, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a card, and this is to do, right? So implement and then edit student. There we go. So this is one ticket that you can come to do and basically find tickets, right? So we're going to try and build everything together, right? Sorry. So yeah, so we want to build everything together, and I'm gonna be adding more to-dos here. And if there is any feature that you'd love, just let me know and I'll add to-dos in here. But basically, what you need to do is pick a ticket, raise a pull request. So make the changes, raise a pull request, and then let's build this together. And you saw, if I merge that to main or master branch, then the application is deployed, right? So let's turn this into a community project. So it was fun teaching you, and also I do have a 3 months free IntelliJ coupon code. So try IntelliJ Ultimate. So this is the IDE that I was using. So 3 months for free, you can try and give it a go. So I actually have a license and I absolutely love it. And the integrations that it has, it's amazing. So I can do everything in one IDE, which is really cool. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and also comment down below. Assalamu alaikum.